legends, it's Aqua and we are finally doing a Breyerfest haul for 2026. It's been just over a month since I got back from attending in person and honestly I had the most amazing time. If you haven't watched my vlog, I will link it in the description below. But needless to say, I think I went a little bit overboard. I did actually look back at how much I spent during the month of July and let's just say the figures were kind of scary. But the theme for this year, Midsummer Fair, I think was one of my absolute favorites. The flower crowns were definitely one of my favorite parts of the event. I had a flower crown and I wore it throughout the whole weekend. They also had flower crowns available throughout the weekend and there were so many cool ones. All the guest horses and all their owners were so amazing. I'm so happy I got to meet a lot of them. All the activities they had, and of course all the decorations as well, like what they did with the Breyer statues at the front with like the maypole and all the flower crowns, and just everything about it was so well done. Breyer did a fantastic job. Now without further ado, let's get started. So let's start with all of the goodies that I ended up getting over the weekend. So I did pick up a program. This just has like all of the activities that were available over the weekend, as well as a map and all the guest horses and the models that were available. I do also have an Old Friends magazine that I picked up from the tour that I did on the Wednesday beforehand. So over here, we've got a whole heap of miscellaneous things. So this is my Collector Club members tag that you had to put on when you went into the club tent. I also picked up this cute postcard from Athenian lady and her owner. They were so sweet to talk to. I actually found out that majority of the guest horses actually had postcards. I didn't pick up any others, so I'm a bit sad about that. The mounted police were actually doing trading cards. I actually only found about this at like the start of the year, so I picked up as many as I could get. I got Oliver, I got Mackenzie, Parker, and then I think Henry. Yep, Henry as well. So happy that I got a couple of those. The riders were so sweet, by the way. I just loved meeting them and saying hi to all the horses. I also got a couple of these little artworks from Bombay.Breyers. They're so sweet. Like, look at how pretty they are. Breyer was also handing out like little seedlings, so I picked up one of those as well. Got some business cards here. So we've got one from Stonehorses, one from Saddlebrook Stables. We've got Old Bay Mare Creations. And then I think this one is, oh yeah, Models by Martin. So there's I think it's a magnet. I got a couple of those. I also got this cute little key ring and some little copper foxes they were giving away. So I got a couple of those. These are what's left over from my friendship bracelets because the rest of them are in my shadow box. So I'll show you guys that in a second. But I also met up with Erica. I love her channel, so I got one of her big stickers. So nice to meet her and her partner as well. And then we've just got all of these stickers. I had to pick up some of Sam's stickers because I actually ended up drawing Man of the Hour for her. I love this art piece of him, he's so cool. And then I got some of these which I thought were really cute. So I've got I Survived the Clarion, we've got Team Matt, and then we've also got I'll Stop Collecting When I'm Dead because I'm pretty sure we all know that sentiment. I did also get some pony patches as well from Pony Packs, I'm pretty sure. Yep. So Bethany has the most amazing pony pouches. So I got 2 stablemate pony pouches. I was supposed to get 4, but apparently her cat ate the other 2, so I got a refund. But then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 traditional pony pouches. So I've got rainbow unicorns, we've got cowboy boots, we've got tigers and rainforests, we've got foxes, birds, and then I think there's a tropical one at the bottom. So I love those pony pouches, they're so pretty. Now down here, I did pick up a miniature hobby horse. So this is Breadstick, everybody. There wasn't too many to choose from and he was the last chestnut. So I was like, he's cute. And we came up with the name like pretty much on the spot. So I was like, okay, well, we've named him, so now I have to have him. So this is Breadstick. I did also end up visiting a vendor store during Breyerfest and I found these adorable rope halters. So I got a rainbow one, I got a pink and blue, and then there's also like this turquoise, coral and black one, which are so pretty. And then of course I have to include my order from Breyers. So I ended up getting 2 halters and matching lead ropes to go with them. I got a flower crown, which is so cute. I might actually put this flower crown on my flinker in my shadow box. I've yet to decide that, but this little dinosaur will also be joining the shadow box at some point. I just put you out of the way for a second. I got some stickers as well that Trinity actually handed out. So she gave me all 4 iconic beings. So this is Jedi, Apollo, Athena, and of course Loki. And then this is one of the free stickers that came with my order as well. I don't know his name, so I feel so bad. Anyway, next we have the celebration models. So I did actually take out my flinker, and this girl will pretty much be used for like photos and showing. She's so pretty. I love her color so much. And then of course we have my shadow box, which I absolutely love how this turned out. So I've got like all of the photos that I took over the weekend, and then the model that I had signed. We've got some of my friendship bracelets. We've got a neck rope and a halter for flinker as well. We've got all of these flowers that were from my flower crown. I added the magnet on the front and of course a beautiful little sticker as well. So I'm very, very happy with how my shadow box turned out. And then over here we have 2 plushies. So this little plushie I actually got from the visitors center shop, the Kentucky Horse Park shop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but I saw this little cutie and just had to get her. And then of course we have the plushie that Breyer released as part of the event. This is Blom. She's so cute with her little flower crown. I love it. And the streamers are so adorable. So I'm very happy to add another plushie to the collection. All right, now we can move on to my favorite part of the haul, and that is all of the models. So let's start with all the models that I got during Breyerfest. So these are all the special runs and the limited editions. So this one is, I can't even pronounce his name, but it's the Cosimo. And I actually didn't end up getting this guy as part of my ticket. He actually was part of a trade. So I actually got a Litha, and I actually traded her for him. And I'm glad I did because I wasn't actually a huge fan of Litha, to my surprise. So I'm really happy that I managed to trade her for this guy because he's stunning. Now these 2, these are the Scandi surprises. Now I didn't actually get selected for a Scandi surprise on my ticket, which I was a little bit sad about, but my friend Mosaic Model Horses on Instagram actually got 4 Scandi surprises, and she actually offered to sell me this gorgeous bay who I absolutely love. He's one of my favorites that Breyer released this year. His color is just insane. So I ended up getting him, which I'm very, very happy with. And then this guy, I actually ended up purchasing 2 of them from the Clarion. So I sold the other, and then I got this guy. This one was the best of the 2, but he is just absolutely gorgeous. He is my favorite variation for the surprise this year. I was kind of hoping it was on the Vermeer. I freaked out when it was on the Vermeer mold. And I was really hoping they would do an Appaloosa if they did. So he will definitely be going in my show string. Same with this guy. So I'm very, very happy that I managed to snag both of them. I also got a Wanderer, which I'm very excited about. I'm starting a conga with this mold, so I had to have this guy. And even though I'm not a huge decorator person, I actually really like him. So his color is really pretty. It's almost like a purpley blue in some places, which is so nice. And then I actually didn't know this, but his eye is like super dark on this side, and then the other side is, it's kind of freaky, but but he also has a pale blue eye, so it's different on both sides. And I also love the feathers as well. The feathers are my favorite part of this guy, so I'm really happy that I managed to get a Wanderer. So then I got a couple of the limited editions. Now I didn't get the Icelandic or the Welsh. I wasn't a huge fan of those particular models. The Icelandic, I don't love the mold, and the Welsh, I didn't love the color as much. There was just something about the color I didn't like. But this guy, this is Pixis, and holy cow, I fell in love with the real horse. I absolutely love Appaloosas. Any horse with like a really fancy color, I just fall in love with. So when I met the real horse, I was just so happy, and I knew I had to get his model. So he's got some nice speckling on his body, which I absolutely love. The only weird thing I find about this model is the weird brown spots on his tail, but the real horse does actually have those spots in his tail, so I wasn't too bothered after I found out about that. But he is such a gorgeous model. Like, Breyer, you need to do more models like this. He's so pretty. So that is Pixis. And then I got Ufta, who was the online exclusive, and I'm obsessed with this horse. He's so pretty. He's a blue roan paint, and I love all the speckling on his body. So pretty. And I just love it when Breyer does their tri-colored eyes and they do it with like a soft kind of look. Like, Wanderer's eyes kind of freaky on the other side, but when they do it like this, it is just so nice. And I love the finish on this model too. It's like quite a matte finish, like it's very chalky, and I love that. Okay, so before we go on to the next part, I just have to say that my Dundee conga is pretty much complete. I only really need 2 more Dundees, but they're quite hard to find. I still need a glossy Athena and a Bradenburg, which is the black version of the original Premier Club model. But other than that, I have pretty much completed my conga for the Dundee mold, which is insane to think about. So when I went into the Breyer store, well, actually no, before we even go to that, I was hoping that Breyer would have this guy in the Breyer store. They did, so I was so thrilled. There were only a couple left though when I got there. I had to be very picky, and this guy honestly was probably the best out of all 5 models that were left on the table. So I'm very happy that I managed to snag a shining gun / goose. I did meet the real horse as well. He was so cute. He did try to eat the tree when we were getting a photo with him, so that was quite funny. But I love this model. It is stunning. The shading's beautiful. He has like this speckling going on in his coat, which is so cool, and I love his Appaloosa markings. And his modeled nose too is so cute. So I'm very happy that I managed to snag that guy. And then pretty much everything else is all Clarion / pickups that I did throughout the weekend. So these 2 are the Rainbow 7 Art surprises. So I have the matte and the glossy variation, and I actually adore the glossy so much. He has like a kind of a shimmer going on with his coat, and I love it. So I'm very happy I got those 2. I also managed to score the glossy Maximum Sabino. I'm pretty sure that's it. He is gorgeous in gloss, honestly. I love how glossy he is. Like, he is super glossy, it's insane. But yeah, he is stunning, and I got him for a really good price. And then I'm just gonna switch to the other side of the bed. So this next model, a lot of you will probably freak out about. I know I am definitely freaking out about it because I still can't believe I own him. So this is Duwamish, everybody. He was a Breyer event model. I'm pretty sure it was Seattle Soiree back in 2020 that he was released. He is limited to 48. And he is super hard to find, like ridiculously hard to find. And if you do find him, he's expensive. So I actually ended up getting this guy for a discounted rate because he was damaged. He had a broken ear, but I fixed it. So I managed to fix his ear. You can barely even tell that it was broken. Thankfully they still had part of his ear, so I could almost basically just glue it back on. I didn't just glue it straight back on, obviously, because I wanted it to look like it wasn't even broken in the first place. So I'm very happy with how the repair turned out, and he is basically a brand new model. So I am very thankful to the person that sold him to me. They were very kind to do time pays with him, and I did pay him off just before Breyerfest, so I literally just had to pick him up, and I honestly couldn't believe that I had him in my hands when we met at the Clarion. So I'm so happy that this guy is in my collection. All right, now we can move on to all of the other Clarion purchases slash pickups. So this guy, he's a stone and illusion. He is, I think he's a limited edition of 15, and his name is Terra, but he is so gorgeous. I love the speckling in his whites, like that he's so detailed, it's incredible. And I just love his markings too. So I'm happy to add another Andalusian to my little conga that's happening. And then I also picked up this cute little guy. He's just a plain gray Morgan. He's a DAH that was done in 2019. And he's so cute. So, and I got him for like a really cheap price. So I figured I might as well. Why not? Okay, and then should I go to these guys or should I do them? Let's do these guys first. Okay, so bit of a story with this one. Sugar Sweet Studios opened her room on Wednesday night, and I was 5th in line, I'm pretty sure. So I was there, I think about an hour before she opened. So I did just sit in the hallway for an hour, but totally worth it because when I went in, I managed to snag one of her fire hearts. So this guy, she didn't actually have any preview photos of this particular model on her Instagram. So when I saw him still on her bed in the Clarion, I immediately grabbed this guy. So I am very happy that I managed to score him. He is stunning in hand. He's got hairy detail everywhere. I love his color. All of his hooves are cracked, which is insane. His eyes are so pretty. And I love everything about Elena's Customs. She does such an amazing job painting all of these models. And then, a funny story, but I actually went back to her room, I think it was on the Friday night after Breyerfest, and these two were still available. So I really loved this guy. He was definitely on my list. I really wanted to get him if I still had some coin, which obviously I did because he's here. But when I saw him and then I saw this little gorgeous girl, I couldn't really decide. So Elena, because she knows I love her customs so much, she actually offered this guy at a discount if I got both. So I got them both. So I got this gorgeous guy. He's a York resculpt. So his mane and his neck has been redone, and she did him in a gorgeous kind of grueler coloration that I love. And then this girl is a custom resculpt of the Gypsy Vanna foal. So she's actually got a braided mane. I think her tail's also moved down a bit, and she's also resculpted the face, and her eyes are closed, which is so cute. And I do love her color as well. It's pretty insane. So I got both of them. She also came with all these placings because she took this gorgeous girl to a show before Breyerfest, and she actually came with all the placings. So that's pretty cool. Now, we've got some bunnies here. I actually only intended to buy one new bunny during Breyerfest, but obviously that failed miserably. So the first bunny I ended up buying was this gorgeous girl. So she is an oak. Her name is Celine, and she was painted by Jess Hamill. She's actually from Equalocity 2024. So I could have actually got her when I went in person in 2024. So I guess it was fate that she was going to end up with me at some point. But she is so pretty. I love her color. Her mane is kind of like shaved / pulled, which is quite interesting. And then she's just got a little button on her butt, which is so cute. So that is the first bunny I ended up getting over the weekend. The second bunny is this gorgeous girl. I could not resist her at all. She's a DAH, but she honestly looks like a one of a kind or like a limited edition. She's insanely pretty. She comes with the swishy tail and also a windswept mane. but I just love her shading. Is so pretty. Her speckles are insane. She's got a coronet band on her left front leg, and then her face. Her face does it for me, honestly. I love her face marking. Her star is so pretty. She's got a snip, of course, and then she's got a kissy spot. Like, how could you not love her? She's so freaking gorgeous. She was probably one of the most expensive models that I bought over the weekend, but I think she's totally worth it. Now, I had no intention of going to Equalocity and buying a model, but here we are. We've got my Equalocity purchase for 2026. So I actually went into the store with Trinity when she went as part of the second group. And I just went in to take like videos and photos, and I did fall in love with quite a lot of the models in there. So we did come back for the leftover sale later that night, and this girl was still there. So I bit the bullet and I ended up buying her. So she is a pale chestnut Sabino, which is hard to believe because she literally looks like a Palomino. But she is just absolutely stunning. I love her color so much. She's almost got a shimmer to her, and even though I'm not a huge fan of braided manes and tails, I think this really suits her. So I'm really happy that I picked this girl up. She's absolutely stunning. I gotta come up with names for all these models, I just realized. Oh, no, how am I gonna come up with a name for you? And then the last bunny I got was Banshee. This girl was probably the last purchase of Breyerfest because I did technically buy her from my friend who was shipping everybody home, and she just added this girl in last minute. So I love this model because she's a bunny. I just fell in love, but I did actually love the original model when she was released. So I'm happy that I can add her to my collection. So that is a Banshee. Oh, and also she's number 29 of 30, which is pretty cool. And then over here, we've got the last of my models for Breyerfest, but I ended up picking up this gorgeous stablemate custom. I bought her on the Sunday after Breyerfest, so she was a last minute purchase, but she is customized by Brie Cundiff, I think. Yep, there is her signature right there, if you can see that. There we go. But she is so cute. I actually love her so much. I'm not a big stablemate fan, but I think I might be falling in love with miniature customs. But anyway, I just fell in love with this girl. I managed to haggle her price down a little bit because it was the Sunday that Breyerfest, you know, was finished and people just wanted to get rid of their models. So I did offer her for a cheaper price and they said yes. So I was like, okay, great. I didn't need to spend more money, but I will take her anyway. So I'm really happy I got her. And then this guy, this is a Barago resin. So I actually got this guy before Breyerfest. I just picked him up from one of my gorgeous friends and I love him so much. He's so big, by the way, like he is humongous. If I put him next to a bunny, he is massive. I mean, he is sculpted after a Percheron draft, so I shouldn't be surprised, but he is absolutely huge. And then also on the Sunday, so actually these two are my last purchases from the Clarion. So I got this tassel resin. Also managed to haggle the price down just a little bit. I actually have a couple of friends here in Australia that have tassel resins, and every time I see theirs, I get super jealous. So I'm happy that I finally have my own, and now I just got to figure out what color I'm gonna paint him. So happy that I managed to score that guy. And lucky last, Maggie Bennett's actually had a vendor store at Breyerfest. I think she does it almost every year, as far as I know anyway. But of course, when I had a look, I ended up buying a lot more than I intended to. So I actually picked up 3 micros. She was doing a deal where if you bought 3, you get like a discounted price. So I got this cute little trotting pony. I got this quarter horse and then a draft, which they're all so pretty. I can't wait to paint them. And then these two I actually fell in love with. So this one I actually didn't get directly from Maggie Bennett. This one I actually got from a trade at the Clarion. So my extra Pinto Scandi Surprise, I actually traded for this guy. And I'm so glad that I did because he is so cool. I love him. I can't wait to give him a color and maybe even show him as well. So very excited about that guy. And then this one, I forgot what his name, I think it's like Brunel? Something to that effect. I just realized I'm holding him and he's twisting. Ah! No, stand properly. Okay, so I saw this guy on her table and I just absolutely loved how like dynamic he looks. Like his tail is so cool, it's so swishy. The herring in the sculpt is really insane. So I decided to go and get this guy off of her table. And yeah, I can't wait to paint him as well. So that is pretty much everything I got from Breyerfest. Also, I forgot to mention Sugar Sweet Studios actually includes pony pouches with all of her customs. So these pony pouches came with these 3. So just figured I mentioned that. Oh, I just realized we missed some merch. So I did end up getting some t-shirts and some hats. So I got the I'd rather be at Breyerfest hat. I love it. I got a Kentucky Horse Park hat. I also got a Kentucky Horse Park shirt. I got it in green, and I also got this like, I guess you could call it like a purpley kind of color. I also got one of the Breyerfest shirts. This is the one with the flinker and the flowers, I think. And then I also got a shirt from Old Friends as well. So I'm happy I got all of those. And of course, you know, I'm wearing my other shirt. So this is a little overview of literally everything I got over the Breyerfest weekend. I am so happy with everything that I ended up buying. My parents think I'm crazy that I managed to get all of this home somehow. And of course, are questioning how much I spent. But I think in terms of buying models for Breyerfest in person, I think this year has definitely been the best so far. So I'm very happy. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe to my channel for more videos. You can also check out my Instagram at aqua.models, and I will see you all in my next video. Stay legendary.